Hello stars, my name is Athena, and today I will be talking through my holiday sticker collection and what I went through to draw these. I always start with a gray background just because it helps me see the colors better. On the right here you can see my inspiration brainstorm I did a couple weeks before I started drawing everything. This is my first time doing like a holiday collection, themed holiday collection, so I wanted to do something fun but simple. But because I had this outline I made beforehand, I was able to do the line art, like just go straight into the line art moment I got here, so that's why I just did it all in one go. I think it turned out pretty okay. And then here I'm just like blocking in the background of the entire character just to make it easier for me to see me laying down the colors. I started doing this in all of my drawings, and instead of just like coloring it all in, if it's like simple enough, I'll just use like the magic tool and like select the outside of the character and then select inverse to select the inside of the character, because I feel like it just looks, actually goes like all inside the character instead of having like little pixels that are like left behind because of the line art. Because I use textured brushes for the most part in most of my art. Here I'm just troubleshooting different colors. I wasn't sure if I should go with just like bright white or like go with like a little bit of a darker one. And also I was just like trying out different shades of red and blue because I wasn't sure how it looked. And now here I'm just doing each of the different cat variations that I made. So I have a white, a gray, a tortoiseshell, and an orange cat. Here I thought like using this like almost like cloud grunge texture brush. I made the patterns of a tortoiseshell cat. So I actually really love this. I use this brush on like literally everything. It is literally my new favorite brush. It's literally just something I got off like the Adobe website, I think. Perhaps. I was like thinking, because like people sometimes do like white for their line art on like darker characters, but I felt like it just looked weird, so that's why I didn't do that. So I just like lightened the skin color a little bit. And then here I just use that same brush and I like use the airbrush to erase some of the pattern to make it look more smooth. And then I decided to add like the orange lines and everything for some texture and design. And now we move on to my cookie cat. I have never drawn a cookie before, so this was definitely a learning experience. I went through so many different problems trying to make this one. I tried a lot of different techniques and I was like trying to go for a more cartoony look, but sometimes I like get ahead of myself and try to like go realistic, but it never turns out that way. I go overboard on details sometimes. Here you can see I tried to do a borderless rendition of it. I was really struggling to figure out the colors. I was trying to use a reference image I found on Google of like a decorated sugar cookie or something, and I just couldn't get that real cookie look to it. Here I'm just like darkening it with like a multiply layer and trying out different colors and textures. I was like thinking about trying to do like bounce light, but I feel like it doesn't need to be that shiny. So I scratched that in the end. And then I thought maybe I'll do the border to make it look more cartoony because it was just looking too rough. Which it kind of made it look better, but I was still like really iffy about it. You can see I tried to do the outline for all of the shapes on there. And I think I put that on a multiply layer too to blend in more. And then I tried to do more harsh lighting, and then I just scrapped most of it, and then I did another multiply layer with like blue on all the different shapes to make it look more 3D. And then I lowered the opacity. And then here I'm just like adding like light with like color dodge. A color dodge layer. And also some more highlights. But it's all on color dodge layer to make it really pop more while blending in. Here I was really struggling because the cookie just didn't look like a cookie, and I couldn't figure out why. And I actually had somebody look at it and tell me to try and add texture, more texture to the cookie. So that's what you'll see me doing here in a second. Here I'm just like looking through all my brushes to find like different textures. I kind of just like played around with a bunch of random things. It's always good to try out random brushes you find, because you never know what they'll look like. I tried some like scratchy brushes and like pore detail brushes, and I don't know, I was like kind of not feeling it for the most part. And then I felt like the cracked brushes worked better for the cookie like texture. Here I'm just blending in the shine from the highlights. Or trying to. I was still not sure about the outline. I thought about just like erasing it a little bit and just doing the outline for the hat. Then here I'm just cleaning up the details and the little messes I left behind. Here I'm just trying to blend in the highlights to make it look more rounded or have more depth to it. I was also trying to do this on mouse for some reason, just this part. I don't know why I was doing that. That's why the lines look so wobbly. Don't pay much attention to that. Yeah, and then I'm like adding depth, shadow to it to make it look more rounded. All right, and here for the highlights, I started adding like more texture, like sparkles or glitter, because I thought it would match like the Christmas theme, be like snowy vibes. Tried to make it pop a little more. It's a little intense. Tried to dye it down a little bit. And then I tried to make them gold to add some difference between the colors. And just for the Christmas theme. And since it wasn't really showing up, being a color dodge layer on the white, I thought maybe I would just add it directly to the white part of the frosting, but I didn't really like how it looked all too much, so I ended up scrapping it. And the rest here, I'm mostly blending in the highlights and shadows to make it more rounded and even on both sides. Because it was brought up that the frosting looked a little uneven. So here I was just trying to fix that. But being for a first time, I think it turned out pretty well. And I ended up making stickers out of all of these designs, and they look a lot better as when they're on their vinyl paper than they do on digital, I think. But yeah, here's the finished results. Let me know what you think.